You're going to love this.
Okay, let's move on. Skinned Hound. 2 mana, 2/1, skeleton. Wait, it's a skeleton
Wait,
plus
so we
what?
have to...
Oh, and beast.
No.
Oh,
Oh, it's a beast too? Okay.
Okay. Yeah, beast is not irrelevant because Elder Gleam. Give a creature +0/+2 and guard. I actually really like this card. I think it's one of the more powerful cards in the set.
Yeah, I really like it. I mean, people say that purple. Well, when this card was reviewed, and I was reading some opinions, and people were saying purple has so many good 2-drops, but I don't think it does. It's only got Windkeep.
Okay, we have Windkeep, Dragon Tail. Dude, I would play this in Rage Warrior. Yeah, I would play this. I would play this as Rage Warrior over Dragon Tail and maybe Ambusher. I think it's a really good... Like, purple is known for fat things, right? And you give those fat things guard, it's just kind of nice, right?
Yeah, so in midrange, it's like just by itself, it's a 2 magic, 2/3 with guards, which is pretty alright. But yeah, it can be used for racing by giving something beef. It's just it can be used for value trading as well. So I think it's a very versatile card. I really like it.
Yeah, I really like it. Also, you can also... I actually played this in a Slay deck just to get things out of the guard lane. Out of the shadow lane. So...
People keep saying Barrow Stalker, but I don't like Barrow Stalker.
Yeah, I think this is better than Barrow Stalker.
Outvelot is not that amazing either. I play one copy of it just for the lethal. But yeah, it's a bit too easy to deal with.
I think
Dragon Tail, okay. Dragon Tail, it's kind of the similar power level.
No, I think the versatility in this card is better. Like, those are just all raw stats. This can actually allow you to be interactive.
Well, the Dragon Tail has the benefit that it can answer a 5th Legion.
Yeah, that is true.
Skin Hound, yeah. Not always, but so yeah. But the Skin Hound has its uses later in the game.
Yeah, like giving things guard or... Like, I think this belongs in Rage Warrior. I think this is better than Squish for Rage Warrior. Like, getting things out of the shadow lane or giving big things guard is really good. Like, even giving Camel guard just to stall the lane is pretty powerful.
Yeah, I don't know. I like it.
Yeah,
I'll give it a... I don't know.
I was gonna give it a 4 or even 4.5.
Yeah, I was saying 4.5 or even 5?
Oh, 5 is really hard, but maybe. Like, okay, is Windkeep spell sort of 5?
Windkeep spell sort is a 5.
Oh, I think this might be... Yeah.
I like it. I'm gonna give it a 4.
Yeah, 4.5 or 5, I think. Yeah.
I'm giving it a 5.
Yeah. Wow. Link got... Wow. Okay. Alright. Squish the Wimpy. 2 mana action, a friendly creature battles an enemy creature. Alright, you go. I don't want to talk about this card.
Well, oh man, the other games that you can win with this, where you have absolutely no business winning, it's insane. Like, you play this and Defiler or just Drain, and yeah, you can beat Control. It has use against aggro. It's absolutely insane, the uses of Squish the Wimpy. It's not that difficult to get the synergy as well, because it's already in purple, and you have a lot of Drains and Defiler in purple. It's just a matter of what you want to pick. You want to go with Warrior, Scout, something else. So yeah, it's an absolutely insane card. I'm surprised they decided to print it at 2 cost, because it does seem like I'm winning games where I have business winning.
Wait, but do you think this card is good versus aggro if you don't draw your Slay tools?
Yeah, because of the Drain. Like, if you... Okay, you play Brynjolf and then you squish the Wimpy.
I don't know. Okay, I think it's really powerful with Brynjolf. I think it's good in Scout, but I don't think I don't think Warrior wants this. Like maybe one copy, or two copies, but I think with Crossbow and Sword, Warrior doesn't want this.
Well, I don't know. I've never played Warrior. Like not even when Sword came out. I just tried it out in Scout, and oh my god, I can do so much more than before.
Yeah, I think this is a sword for Scout, right?
Yeah.
Basically. You like this over Sword? I think Sword is more versatile than Squish in terms of controlling board. But yeah, I guess Squish with Drain is insane. But for me, it's just that if you don't find this on Night Shadow, I think it's a really good recovery tool. And it's a recovery tool that a greedy deck needs.
I mean, it's also, it's really good tempo as well. Like suddenly I can play Cicero, I can play Defiler, and I can play Dark Seducer.
Yeah, but
so it just enables a lot of cards that otherwise would be considered too greedy, but now they're not. Now they're actually okay.
But okay, let's say you play against a real aggro deck, or if aggro deck starts teching in like spinners, wouldn't this make this card a lot worse? Because it's not really a tempo card if your things get silenced.
Yeah, it is weak to silence. My version is weak to silence for sure.
Yeah, so like if we see a squish meta, I don't think it's gonna be broken because I think silence really slows it down. Because if you need to combo this from hand, it's really quite expensive versus aggro. So I don't think, like, I think it's a good card. And you'll probably see, it's very powerful in purple Slay decks, I suppose. But I don't think, like, I think in Rage War, I would rather run the Sword. Mostly because Sword has so much more versatility. Yeah.
I don't know. I cannot comment. So yeah, but for Scout, definitely 5 out of 5.
Wow. I'm actually gonna give this a 4. I don't think it's insane. I just think it's good. Yeah. You're thinking with lethal synergy? I mean,
yeah, like, say for Drain. Like, don't think about lethal, think about Drain.
Okay, I guess, yeah, Drain. With Sword with Drain is still 4 life. This is way more versatile. Just a few big bodies on board. Start. Oh, hello, super thanks. Okay, super thanks. We give Skinned Hound a 4.5. We gave it a 4.5/5. We gave Orc Lady 4.5. We gave Madman 4.5. So those are the big cards. I'm not so sure. So do you think this will see actual competitive play, like in tournament? Do you expect to see this on Sunday or tomorrow?
I know I'll be bringing it.
Oh yeah, you are bringing it. How do I counter Slay Scout? Okay, Tribunal does a pretty good job. Alright, I'm good.
Quickly Google how to counter Slay Scout.
Squish is okay with tempo with Big Fat Cat. Yeah, did you play with this Torval or did you cut Torval?
No, I don't have Torval.
Okay. It's okay, my Tribunal has Death Priest and 9 Javelins. Okay, I'm okay. Alright, I guess this and Blood Magic Lord for late game. Yeah, I think this is a... So this is a control... It's not really a control card, I think. It feels more like a recovery card. / value card. Like, when do you usually play this?
Well, you can play it for value. Like, it depends on the matchup.
Yeah.
You can... Yeah, I mean, it is the removal most of the time. But it's a removal that also gives you something.
I guess so, if it works out. If you have the right minion.
Yeah. Most of the time I use it as removal.
Yeah.
Sometimes I had to use it just for the heal. Just to drain.
Yeah.
I mean, I still remove something, but the drain is very important too. I don't know. You always remove something when you use it.
Okay, let's say you play versus like aggro warrior, right? Can you really squish their minions?
Yeah.
Like early game, will you not die then?
Well, you're not playing this on. Okay.
Yeah, I know.
I think the thing you're missing is you're not playing this on turn 1.
Yeah, I understand that. So I'm saying, do you have time to play this versus Do you have time to play this versus aggro warrior?
Yeah. Unless they draw like triple sour, then yeah.
Like, your deck has to be able to. Like, the problem is, I think my problem with this card is that if you run early game minions to counter early aggression, then you can't really play squish early game. So it's just a late game recovery and value card, and I think it does a very good job at that.
I don't know. I'm enjoying it in my scout, and I think it gives me a chance at something like Midgrow Warrior.
Maybe I can see that.
I like against Midgrow Warrior. It was a terrible matchup. I would be winning maybe 10% of the games, but now it's more like 50-50.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think this is one of the most highly debated cards, so I'm just gonna spend a little time on this. I think what Aini said is correct. I think I think Slate decks, the problem is early game or like interaction, because it's kind of hard to run big fat things and interaction. Like the balance is really hard. So Squish is really, really good late games. I think that term is like 5 out of 5. But early game, that's where you need the interaction, and it just doesn't really solve that because you're already battling minions halfway through, and you don't really want to damage your creatures. So I don't think it helps your matchup against aggro too much unless it's late game. So if you can get this in late game, and your minions doesn't get silenced, I think this will win you the game. But in a tournament meta, I'm not sure if this will decide, like help you versus.
Okay, so I think what I have to say is if you're playing Scout, you're pretty much saying I'm not gonna play any early game. I'm just gonna ramp in the early game, and then I'm gonna have my late game earlier. So you can start having your late game at 5-6.
Yeah, then this card is very powerful. But like I think then this is just the old Ram Scout problem, right? If you don't hit Tree Minder into his mage, you just crumble with the expensive cards in your hand.
Yeah. Well, there's Distiller too.
Oh yeah, Distiller. Okay, with Distiller, I can see it being very powerful. Yeah, Distiller might be the thing that pushes the archetype as well. Yeah. Okay, I can see it being working as a late game. Yeah, you're right. Okay, so you cheat into late game. You don't play early game. Okay, makes sense.
Yeah.
Alright. I'm gonna give it 4 out of 5.
Yeah, I think that's a specific thing, and I really like Scout.
Yeah, I think in my opinion, Sword is better because Sword just tricks the board a little nicer. I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5. You gonna give this 5 out of 5?
Yeah, I'm giving it a 5. I mean, for Scout, yeah, I think that's
okay. I don't think this card will be nerfed. You can, if this card is meta, you play Silence. Then their squish minion sucks. Or like, yeah. Or you just go under them. Anyways, I don't think this card is gonna be nerfed. I think this card is so much better than Squish. Alright, let's go to Wake the Dead. 2 mana action, draw a spirit or skeleton creature or your choice from your deck and give it +0/+1.
So your singleton is slightly more consistent because now you can get more okay?
Oh, from your deck?
I don't see.
Oh, I don't see any other. I thought it was from your graveyard.
I don't see any other use for that.
Oh my gosh. Oh. Oh man. This and Death Priest and Galen. What skeleton or spirit is best? We can draw Wismother. Wismother and Sorcerer. Wismother and Telvanni. No thanks. Okay, let's look at spirit and skeletons, yeah?
I think they're all proactive ones. There is very few that are actually reactive. And
Nocturne is a skeleton. Okay.
Ooh. Okay, so that's a 5 out of 5 then?
Yeah. Yeah, no, this doesn't work.
And it's gonna be a 5-6 knock. Well.
Oh yeah.
Don't forget it gets buffed.
Oh wait, actually memory wraith. Oh no, you can't run it enough. Okay.
Oh man, now you can run a 7 cost. If you thought 5 Magicka,
no,
5 up was
the thinking is, you can tutor Vigilant Ancestor. It's a 5/5. Or against Abomination, you tutor Memory Wraith. And you can run Wisp Mother. I don't know.
What?
Like, it's like the it's like the item girl, right? It can be a toolbox.
Yes, but they're actually good items that you can. I don't know. I don't see.
I don't think it's that bad. I think
if I think it's horrible.
You think it's horrible? I'm actually gonna give this 2.5.
Oh wow! I'm giving it a 1.
I don't know. I could see it as a toolbox card. Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah. Alright. Jigalag's Incursion. 3 mana action. Prophecy. Each player gains +2 max magicka. Okay, my original thoughts? Wow, this is good. Okay, first off, art is amazing. Anyways,
man, I played against one guy
and now
who got
bad.
3 Jigalag's Incursions from Prophecy. He got all 3 of them. He still lost the game, but he had a shitload of magicka while losing.
Yeah, it's only good off Prophecy. That's the problem with this card. It's so bad if you play it in hand.
Yeah.
It's like, here, have 2 magicka. You can kill me now.
Yeah, that's a...
Yeah.
So you can mess up your opponent's turn. So he's planning ahead 1 turn and considering how to spend his magicka, and then you play this, and suddenly he has more magicka than he planned for.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is a very high roll card. Like the fact that it's only for Prophecy is the good roll. I think that makes it bad.
Yeah. Like, and if you draw at late game, you just kind of cry as well. So no. Tree Minder is a lot better. I give it 1 out of 5. What are you gonna give this?
I'll give it a 1.5.
Okay, let's go. Next card. Savara Atronach. 3 Magicka Daedra, 3/3. You may sacrifice another creature to give Savara Atronach its power and health. I guess the use is that it eats like silence minions. And you can like, actually this is a lane effect, right? Like you can shift minions over, sort of. That's its utility.
Yeah, it's kind of like something like a shadow shift. Well, it's not really a shadow shift because you can't. Yeah, I don't know. Like you can abandon the field lane once you lose it, I guess, or you can eat your useless catapults or corrupted shades with broken ward. I don't know. I can see it as a one-off mid-range sorcerer.
Yeah, the problem is, okay, this problem is purple 3-drops. Purple 3-drops are Mammoth Spirit. If you can't contest against that, you don't really have a chance.
I mean, this is not really a free drop. This is a super situational card. When it works, it's really good, but it's way too situational to be playing more than one copy, in my opinion.
So you play Catapult Shadow Lane, your opponent tries to contest it, then you eat this field lane. And then you get Sanctuary.
Yeah, like your opponent plays like a 5 and just abandon the Catapult. You just place the Atronach for a free Magicka 8/8.
Yeah. But it's too weak versus like Lethal and Silence, I guess. But it's not, I don't know. I'm gonna give this a 2.
Well, the idea is that you play it when you already know that the thing that you are sacrificing is gonna die.
Yeah.
Right.
I'll give this 2.5 out of 5.
I'll give it a 3.
Yeah, I can see. Ian, you missquished the wimpy discussion. Anyways, I gave it a 4, Kara gave it a 5. Alright, so 2.5 and 3. Let's move on to Bollywood Tidehunters. 4 mana Gromite, 2/6 guard, and the Bollywood leg is an action. Heal a creature. I'm gonna give this. Well, it's kind of hard to value. My initial thought is I kind of like this card. It's kind of a slow guard, but you get a heal effect. It's kind of slow, but you get tempo card with it.
Yeah, it's kind of like a it's a high defender with 2 magic, with 2 attack.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how powerful is the heal effect.
I don't know. You could necro this, I suppose. 6 health guard is pretty nice, and heal is pretty nice. But they're just both mediocre, but I guess together they might be okay.
So what kind of decks wants that?
I don't know. Yeah, that's the problem. Oh, you can't use this on Root Bender if it doesn't have full health. What does it kill on turn 4? It's not meant to kill things on turn 4. It's supposed to stall things on turn 4.
Yeah, so you can Ice Storm it later?
Yeah, you can Ice Storm and then maybe heal. Yeah, that's the problem. I think it's a really nice card design, but just doesn't really belong right now. So I'm gonna give this.
I don't know. At 2/6 for 4, it doesn't really help you against aggro that much.
Yeah. Nice to execute. I'm gonna give it. I think I'll stick with my gut and give it a 3, but I just don't see it in the deck.
3. I'm giving it a 2.5.
Yeah, I can agree. But yeah, two attack is really brutal, like execute and stuff.
Oh yeah, chat's right. It's good for the heal quest.
That is true. One of the best healing cards.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on. Knight of the Order.
Okay.
4 mana, 2/2, Daedra. Silence all other creatures in this lane. So first, this card makes this card kind of sucky. Heretic Conjurer. Because if you roll Knight of the Order with this, you kind of cry. But
yeah.
I've seen a lot of Vigilant Ancestor, Catapult, Imprisoned Deathlord.
Vigilant Ancestor, that's a good.
Yeah. And when I try to use lethal to defend against that, this thing comes down. And I'm like, fuck me. Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's a very situational card, but there are situations in which it is absolutely amazing.
Yeah, like, okay, so imagine Control, right? Control uses guards and shackles, well, I'm talking about Telvanni here, to lock down your board. Then this thing comes down late game. You remove all shackles, and you remove everything to face.
Yeah, remove their guards, remove their lethals. You can even remove the drains.
Yeah.
And if you're playing some cards like Catapult, or Vigilant Ancestor, that was a good point I wasn't thinking about. Yeah, then suddenly it's not all that bad. Like, it does silence your own board, but do you really care if your Mammoth has a breakthrough or not when it can just go face because your opponent doesn't have a guard anymore?
Yeah. Like, this pushes a lot of damage in the shadow lane. Because your opponents can't shackle, they have to remove things.
I mean, it's definitely a situational card, don't get me.
Very situational.
Like, yeah. But when it goes off, it is really, really good.
Yeah, I don't think Necromancer deck wants this. But I think this as a 1 of or 2 of in, like, some kind of sorcerer is kind of pretty good. Because you can
I can see it.
Yeah. Maybe even over Shadowfen. The problem is just 4 cost is a little awkward. Like, you want to be developing. So you want to play this, like, what, turn 6? And you play a 4 and a 2.
This is not a 4-drop for sure.
Yeah. Like, I've seen, like, players develop 2, 3, 4. So Catapult, Ancestor, the present Death Lord, then you play this, and it's kind of really hard to answer. Because your opponent needs lethal, but if they have lethal, then you just Knight of the Order. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna give this 3 out of 5. I think it has potential. Yeah.
Yep, I agree. 3. 3 is like potentially useful.
Yeah. Alright, Gatekeeper. Oh wow. Man, purple. 5 Magicka 6/6. Oh, it's another day draw. Guard, only one creature in this lane can attack each turn. Seems very powerful, but I've not played with it. I have played with Cheesemancer with this effect, and it almost won me a game. So I'm assuming this is pretty good. But I guess you can't hide it, as compared to Cheesemancer. I'm gonna
I played a lot of this in my scout. There are situations in which it is very good, but I don't know. The guard actually hurts a bit.
Yeah, I think guard actually is kind of good, kind of bad, because you kind of want to like use this as lockdown maybe in Shadow Lane, but if it is guard, then your opponent can actually trick it.
Well, at worst, it's a 5 Magicka 6/6 card. But yeah, like it makes the lane very interesting. Like suddenly you have to be thinking about another level, right? Oh, if I play something, can I actually attack? So yeah, so it is definitely an interesting card, and I'm loving the effect. I am playing it in my scouts, and it is a really beefy card. It does help you squeeze out. Like it does help stop your opponent.
Yeah. But I think Warrior has a pretty good answer to this. You just Scimitar or Clan Captain it, or Morkel Gatekeeper it. Then your lane is free again.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess it's not vulnerable to Cloud Rest. That's a really good thing. And
so some people are asking in chat, if you once it dies, everything is free to attack again. Yeah. Also, if you just shadow shift it, yeah, the lane is free to attack.
Just Scimitar, Catapult, Marco isn't easy. Yeah, I know it's not easy, but I'm saying it's possible. Yeah. So, yeah, I think it's a really powerful card. I think it's 4.5.
Yeah, I find Magicka 6/6 is already really good. You have the effect.
Yeah. What are you giving this? So what would you give it?
A 5? Oof. I don't know about a 5. I'll give it a 4.5.
Yeah. I think Skinned Hound is still better than this card. We're just saying a lot about Skinned Hound.
Yeah.
Alright. Dark Seducer. Okay. It feels like a better Aurora Sentry to me, but I don't know how good Aurora Sentry is. I mean, okay, with Squish it's a lot better. Alright. I know you played with this card, go.
Yeah, I played triple copies of this. Man, is it insane when you drain on their turn. The first time I played against tokens and I played against him, and I went from, I don't know, 7 HP to like 35. And he just straight up conceded. Oh man. Yeah, it's like your opponent has to have an answer for this. You cannot just trade into it.
Yeah.
You have to have an answer. I mean, it's not that difficult to answer.
Do you think Belligerent Giant will make a comeback if Squish the Wimpy is a thing?
It's already making a comeback, I feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I did get this Belligerent Giant several times.
Yeah.
So you need to silence it, you need to Belligerent Giant, you need to I don't know, use a Jaff or something, because you cannot trade into that. This thing is scary.
Yeah.
And also the fact that you can couple it with
Squish.
Wimpy.
Yeah. Okay, I think like if Slate Scout does become a thing and Squish does become a thing, I think we're gonna go back to the meta of Earthbone Spinners and Belligerent Giant. And those cards are kind of really annoying for Scout, right?
Yeah.
So don't think Scout will become oppressive because there's always good tools against these ramp effects.
There are answers, but the answers kind of stopped getting played.
Yeah, because we shifted the meta.
In the last meta, yeah, the meta shifted, so maybe we'll see them back. But there are answers that make this card really bad. But if you're playing it right now, you're gonna be winning games. Before people have realized that they can actually play Silence and Bleach Enchant.
Yeah, don't cry about cards. Figure out cards that counter these things. Yeah, Scout needs an AoE. I think that's what is missing. Like, Squish is really nice, but like Squish is still like the high roll nature of Scout. Like, you need to ramp, and then make sure things go off. And then... But if it gets AoE, I think Scout will become really, really powerful. Anyways, I'm gonna give this 2.5 out of 5 or 3?
It's a 3.
Okay. I'm gonna put it 2.5 because I don't think I will be seeing... I want to be scared of putting... I want to be scared of seeing this in a tournament. Like, I think Mighty Conjuring eats this and other things, so... Yeah. I don't know. I just don't think... I think once the meta settled down, it's not as good, but I think it's insane with Squish the Wimpy. And they have to have an answer or it's game over.
Yeah, okay, I'll give it a 3.5.
Oh, okay.
I'll increase it a bit, because I'm playing 3 copies of that and they do feel good.
Alright. Why would Ramp Scout be better than Ramp Warrior? I don't know. And thanks for the raid, make more love. Alright, so the best card in purple is Skinned Hound. And it's followed by Gatekeeper. Alright.